Hello, welcome back. This is recorded several days after I did this background, and now I'm gonna start adding to it and see where it goes. I pulled some little collage elements um, out of my pre-cut collage elements, little pink circles that I have been using because that's a symbol I've been using. Had this tree shape, and I think I'm gonna do some tree shapes in here. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna grab some scissors. I've already got a glue stick out. I may add some, I'm definitely gonna add some drawing and more paint marker on top of these. So I also pulled more collage papers out of my stack of collage papers. So like a year ago, actually it may have been closer to 2 years ago, I've been doing this walking thing, and there's an old school building in my community that was gutted, and they were tossing things out of it, and there was this old school workbook from like early 80s, late 70s out on the ground, and I saw that and I was like, I need that for collage material. And I have used the pages from it to make some really cool collage materials. So some of it is gel printed, so there's some jelly plate stuff here. You can see like I got a Dollar Tree Lego block. And I used that to make little dots. Then I also scraped, I love to scrape paint, and then cleaned out some of my almost empty tubes of paint with a brush and scraping. I got lots of these to add in on here, and I think I'm gonna make some more tree shapes as like the tops of trees and things. Maybe some stuff off in the distance, create a little background and landscape. Um, so yeah, so I got these. I don't know where they're gonna go yet. I think this needs to go there. This can go here on that page, and then we'll be using the tree shape somewhere. Maybe that won't be on this page, but all right, I'm gonna cut. I'm just gonna tear this in half, and see, this is a part of the problem that I'm coming to is like when I'm gel printing, I am not really thinking about value and tone. I'm thinking about color contrast and making something that's visually interesting. So a lot of my background pages are all pretty dark and are difficult to work on top of. I did tone them down with some white paint marker and water. But yeah, I think it makes it a little difficult to work on them personally. All right, let's do some. You might have to darken this. Do all right. Tree. Use be a little big. It's like a big Y. But I'm gonna have to make that more like tree. It's kind of looking like a scary, spooky hand. Maybe we can have some scary, spooky hands coming out of the sky or something. I don't know. Maybe the bloviator will get some spooky hands. getting a little too caught in details with this. So there we go. That's going to be a nice tree trunk. These little pieces get caught all over the place. All right, let's make that into a good tree here. A little tree, and then we can get a little tree going. Let's see, where do I want to place that? It's a little big. I'm gonna drop that there. Yeah. And what have I done with my old book? It was just underneath things. All right. Actually, I kind of like how that is. The tonal value there is actually pretty good. So. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. And just snip that off. And then let's make a stout, sturdy little trunk. And I'm going to do a branch coming off of that. So I have a little, I'm going to put that there. And then have that branch coming off of it. Yeah, okay. And I think I want to do that right there. Yep. Okay, that's really cool. Yeah. Okay. And I think I'm going to put that there. sort of like blending in to the background a little too much, but I think that's going to be okay. We're gonna do some stuff to make that pop later. All right, so I like that where it's at right now. I think this, I had wanted it on this page, but I don't think it really works. Let's go to the next page. Yeah, I'm gonna put this there. I think it mirrors the page a little better. Okay, back to this page. So a lot of this stuff where you're like adding to a page and then contemplating it is really contemplation. There's a lot of contemplation on this, and I think sometimes that makes for a little bit of a boring video. I toured this and I'm like, that's a mountain range. Like, check that out. I'm gonna do like a mountain range in the distance, or maybe there's some bushes. Get some bushes in the background. Let's do some bushes in the background. I think that makes sense. All right, that's cool. All right, I like this page. I think it's time to start adding some black. I'm going to use a slightly different pen. We're going to see how it works. I haven't used it on one of these pages before. The gel ink would work on this, so what would really work well on this is a regular old ballpoint, like a Bic. A Bic works really well on top of acrylic paint, so keep that in mind as you're working. I don't know if this one's actually going to work. This is I guess, I don't know. This is not going to work. So I'm going to go with my Uniball Signo Bold, and I'm going to start adding to this. And they actually, Uniball Signo Bold is, wait, well, it does okay on some of the stuff, but not so great on other areas. For whatever reason, this pink, it actually feels pretty damp. Actually, so I know what's going on. The glue stick has rehydrated some of that paint stick. So we're gonna heat gun it, and we're gonna see how the gel pen works over the top of it after it's dried. That may not actually be any more dry. I know I also got, I I got glue stick on it too. So let's see. Got a big stick. There we go. So this up here had kind of a greasy feel to it. If that makes sense. Um, whereas this feels pretty dry. So I think the hard thing when you're like collaging on top and then drawing on top, excuse me, is it's easy to draw on the collage element itself, but then getting edges and things is more difficult. So like when I'm trying to like get the edge, I'm like hitting the edge of the collage piece, um, and then also like that makes it harder to see. So when I'm trying to get that detail in there, it's a little harder. And I feel like here, like I don't really need to add lines to that. Part of me wants to, but I feel like I can kind of leave those without lines. Like I don't feel like I need to define the trees any more than they already are. I think they look good and they're standing out well enough. Um, I think if I add a little hollow and then some more texture, but I think with the right collage material, you wouldn't even need to do that for these backgrounds. You could just work right on top of them. Just adding a little extra texture here and there. All right. Some of this stuff I'm definitely going to end up like um, going back in with more paint marker and adding some more definition. and color to some of these pieces. It was like up in here, the hat needs to be made into like a whole piece, if that makes sense. Yeah, all right. So a big pen is definitely your friend here. But we knew that. The Bic, this is the Bic Crystal Extra Bold. Good, it's a good pen for art journaling if you use acrylic paint on your pages. So I think this page is about the character getting away into nature, uh, and away from uh, the oblivious bloviator. I need to. I think I'm gonna I'm gonna carve a rubber stamp of a bike. I do think for this character, I am. I'm gonna leave the white of the paper, um, and not add anything, add any additional color to the actual face. What I will do is add color for the hat, just to bring it into the character. Okay. And this character has historically, uh, I've I've used a red color for the shirt, and then a blue color for pants. A thing I find interesting with some of these pages, particularly the pages like this is actually really, really smooth. This is super textured. Like there's a lot of, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but like these pages have a ton of texture. You can feel the texture. You might be able to hear the texture as well, but yeah, you can feel it. Definitely need to work on my hands. I think I might revert to using mitten hands. All right, where sorry for the noise. Actually, we're gonna go with those first. I think to cover this up fully, I'm gonna need to put some white down in spaces. But we'll try it. I might have to do a couple of coats. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of the panels. Just sort of like maybe fill this out with a little bit more like nature looking stuff. And maybe I want to let some of the pattern show through because that's really cool texture. Just stuck my arm in wet paint marker. Make sure your stuff is dry before you rub your hand over the top of it, y'all. It's interesting. Some of the colors are way more opaque than other colors. I wonder if it's just, I don't know, why is that? I think it actually gets more, but why did I do the hat purple? The hat's never purple. We'll go with the white, with the purple hat, I guess. I don't feel like changing it now. Yeah, proportionally that hand and arm not right. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, I think I like the texture showing through on the shred. I think that works with this collage style. And I think, so I usually make the nose a different color, so I think I'm going to add the fleshy, I'm going to mix it. I'm going to add some red in there with that. Get a little bit of a painty thing going with that nose. And when you're working with paint markers, it's always, in my opinion, helpful to have like a scrap paper nearby to clean off the tip a little bit. Um, it just it it keeps it clean if you want to keep your colors clean. So that's why I have a little 3x5 card there. All right. I like this kind of. I might come back in and add some more stuff up in here. I think there could be a tree up in here. A big truck just went by my house. Sorry if Mike picked that up, but a little collage warm up for the day. I think it's a good way to start the day. All right. Catch you next time. Thanks and bye.